one of the most tragic things that you see is someone who takes bitterness and acrimony to the grave. So unnecessary. And the joke is always on them. Sometimes it's a full and final joke, and it's not a joke at all because they die without repenting, still bitter, outside of the love of God, not trusting Christ, and they're going to spend an eternity in hell. And that's where they get to ruminate on their bitterness for all eternity. Now, some Christians die in bitterness as well, and that's a tragedy as well. But look at David in 2 Samuel chapter 9. You remember how much Saul wanted to murder David dead? Easy to forget. He wanted David dead. Multiple times, chasing him around the countryside. David's hiding in caves. David spared his life multiple times. Very gracious to Saul. He knew that Saul was God's anointed. A horrible king, but he was God's anointed. And he wept when Saul was killed in battle. He wept over the tragedy of Saul's life and the tragedy of what Saul could have been. And wept over the death of Jonathan, Saul's son, his best friend. And then he responded finally in 2 Samuel 9, instead of saying, hey, anybody left in Saul's family that I can kill? That's where most of us would be. He says, is there anybody left in Saul's family that I can show kindness to for Jonathan's sake? And somebody says, yeah, there's Jonathan's crippled son, Mephibosheth. And from then on, David said, he eats at my table from now on. That's Saul's grandson. Do you see the grace there? David made some colossal errors in his life, but he was filled with the Holy Spirit of God, and he was a man after God's own heart. And he knew he had been shown massive grace in his life, and therefore he showed it to others. Imperfectly. He was a human being like you and I. But boy, what a testament to grace that is. Saul's grandson, eat at my table from here on out. Let's listen to that lesson and heed it. God bless.